Hembury was first noticed by pastoralists and prospectors around 1920, but was not confirmed as being of meteoritic origin until 1931. The largest is an elongated double crater produced by the explosion of two closely associated projectiles. The formation of Goss's Bluff occurred 130 million years ago, when a hypervelocity object passed through our atmosphere and penetrated 600 metres into the ground, where it vaporised and exploded. The ground bounded into the air for hundreds of square kilometres around, and a mushroom cloud rose 20 kilometres into the upper atmosphere. The impact formed a crater 22 kilometres across. Since then, the wind and the rain have stripped away the top 2 to 3 kilometres of ground. All that is left of the original crater is the eroded central peak. Many of the rocks now on the surface were brought up from several kilometres below the current surface. A circular, darker area outside the ring of cones marks the original rim of the crater before it eroded. The rim of the eroded peak rises between 50 to 100 metres above the surrounding plain and is 5 kilometres across. The East and West McDonnell Ranges stretch out for hundreds of kilometres on both sides of Alice Springs. The traditional owners of the Alice Springs area, the Arunta people, believe giant caterpillars called the Yeperenye became the ranges. They entered this world through one of the dramatic gaps in the escarpments of the area.
What do they do there? No one knows, mate.
Why not? Why not?
It's going to be an interesting enough load as it is.
We've only got 3,000 kilometres to go, Leon.
Yeah, 3,000 beautiful, flat, straight kilometres to go.
Yes.
How big would a meteorite have to be to wipe out the city of Sydney?
It's a good question because when it's a meteorite, if it's, for example, a big lump of iron with a meteorite, if you go straight to dig a hole, there will be a seismic tremor, magnitude 4 or 5, but basically a deep hole and some damage, collateral damage around. Take a much smaller comet, 10 meters, 20 meters, and explode it in the air, a few kilometers above Sydney. And like in Tunguska, it will flatten up the city. It all depends what type of projector and where the explosion takes place.